Yeah, bring him here.
Do you want headphones? Yes.
I was gonna eat. Yeah, I can.
All right, thank you guys.
You're welcome. Have fun getting your hair done.
Thanks.
You said you do want headphones? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Okay, everybody can hear us. Good, good, good. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, you guys. My name's Bridia. I am the director for Wickless Scented Angels. A lot of you guys should know that. Kylie just hit director last month. So we're super excited.
That's me.
So now we have 2 directors in our group, which is insane. But we decided that for you guys, we thought that doing a sponsoring Zoom would be the best. A lot of you guys absolutely kill your sales. Like, y'all's sales have been absolutely insane the past like 2 months. So with sales being so crazy, we felt like sponsoring would be something that we should kind of focus on a little bit more. Okay. So we're going to kind of show our tips as to what we do to sponsor. Okay. And everybody's sponsor is different. You will figure out what works for you best. We are going to go through how we sponsor people, and then y'all can kind of figure it out for yourself what works. So I'm going to go ahead and pop up here. I'm going to get started. So number one thing that I say people need to do is to go ahead and be yourself. Don't be fake. Don't act like, you know, you're making $5 million. Be honest with people. I tell people if they ask me what I make, I tell them what I make. I'm 100% transparent with that. I want them to know what this business can be, but I don't want them to think that the first month I joined, I made $4 million. Like, you have to be honest with people, and you have to be yourself. That is my number one thing, because you're not going to want to join somebody who's fake. So people aren't going to want to join you if you're fake. So you have to be your authentic self the whole time. Another thing that I'm super, super excited about is Instagram stories and Facebook stories. I share everything on Instagram and Facebook. Everything. Okay. If you go to my Instagram or Facebook right now, you will see things about my life, and you will see things about Scentsy. It is not 100% Scentsy all the time, but people get to know you that way. Because for someone to join, they want to have that connection with you. They want to know you. They don't want to feel like they're just joining someone. They want to know who you are and know that they're joining somebody that cares and that's going to be there for them. And you have to show them that. Okay? That is 110%. You have to show them that. So you have to share stuff. If you get if you get Happy Mail from me or Kylie or Chloe or anybody, share it. It shows that you like your job. Nobody wants to join something if they think that you're miserable doing it. So you have to share that stuff. Like, I just earned level 3 of the incentive. Kylie has earned level 3 of this incentive. We shared that stuff because that's something exciting. That's something fun. And there's enough negative stuff going on in the world that people don't want that. People don't want negativity. People don't want something that's going to tear them down. They want something that's going to build them up and shine light. And that's what we're here for.
Hey, Britt, can I cut in for 1 second on that? So something to think of too, guys, is when you're using your social media as a platform, everybody is always up there posting negative this, negative that, politics, this is happening in my life, my life sucks. What do we all think when we see that? We're like, ugh, there they go again. It's totally fine to be like, hey, I hit this hard time in my life, pray for me. Hey, I'm going through this. But if that's what your entire social media is, or you're just constantly posting things that are controversial, people are going to stop following you. Did you know that social media has an algorithm that the only people that see your pages are the people that you're interacting with and that are interacting with you?
Most definitely.
So just keep that in mind too. If you look at my page, if you look at Bridia's page, like Bridia knows I've had a ton of crap going on. but only my close friends know. You know, like, did I post about my car accident a few times? Absolutely. But not one time was I like, I was in this car accident and now my life is over and I can't use my arm. Do I feel that way? Yes. Because I can't take a shower by myself. So, but I'm not making it a negative thing. I'm like, hey, like, my car is totaled, but praise because I'm okay and that we got a new one. You know, so you can take something like, oh, this sucks, but figure out a way to make it something positive. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
Definitely. And with the algorithm thing that Kylie talked about, that is so true, especially on Facebook. Instagram is pretty good at kind of showing you everybody's stuff that you follow. Facebook does not. Facebook only shows you those that you interact with. So me personally, when I'm on Facebook, anytime that I go on Facebook for anything, just to scroll through, I try to comment on at least 3 to 5 people's posts, and I try to like post, because if you're interacting with those people, then they will be able to see your stuff on Facebook. If you just post and you never ever interact with anybody, Facebook kind of throws your stuff down to the bottom, so most people don't see it, so it kind of hides it. So you really have to do that so that Facebook pops you up to the top so people will actually see your post.
Absolutely.
And that's why I also use stories, because if you have Facebook or Instagram, I feel like almost everybody now flips through those stories during the day. And what I do, because I'm really bad for this, like if I'm busy, I'll flip through people's stories. But if it's like a video, I don't always listen to it. So make sure that you put words on your stories for what you're talking about. Because a lot of people, like if they're at work, they're not going to have their sound on. It's going to be off and they're just going to be reading. So at least put a few little things up there if you're doing stories to kind of catch people's attentions. You can use music. You can use like the GIFs on it, because that also pops it up on Instagram stuff so that you see it more. So those are just a few tips and trips for Facebook and Instagram so that you guys can kind of get your stuff up to the top. And then I was going to talk about what Kylie talked about don't be negative all the time on Facebook and Instagram, because nobody wants to join somebody who's like negative Nancy and hates life. That's not how it works. None of us are attracted to that. None of y'all would have joined us if we were negative all the time and like only posted bad things. So just think about that. Like, be the person that you would want to join, because that's how you're going to bring people to you. And then sharing your success. You guys, do not feel bad for shouting yourself out. Like, if you do something, if it is the 5th of the month and you already have 500 PRV, shout yourself out. On our team pages, you can shout yourself out on your personal page, like, y'all, I already hit my goal this month. Like, I'm super excited. Like, you can shout yourself out. Like, don't feel like everybody else has to praise you for what you're doing, because you know how hard you're working. So if you're working your butt off, shout yourself out, because it is important. And like, me and Kylie might not know exactly what you're going through all the time. Like, if you're having a super hard week and you're super excited that you still got that party closed, or that you still booked something or whatever, you can post it on our team page at any time. Like, you guys, I'm just excited. I booked a party this week. You guys, I'm excited. I got a sponsor. Like,
and that positivity breeds positivity.
Yes. Like, it will bring people to you, because people want the good in the world, especially right now. Because right now, everything is so crazy. Like, we have to be that light for people. Like, I'm 110% about that. And if y'all ever watch videos from Chloe, she's our SSD. She is the same way. Like, this business can be such a platform to share so much light in the world. And you guys probably haven't been around a lot of other groups. I have, especially at some of these events, and other groups are not like ours.
Oh, they're definitely not at all. So disconnected.
So we truly have it special, and I just want you guys to know that, and I want you guys to share the light, because for me, that's what this job is. I've been in Cincy for almost 4 years now, and when I first joined, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know who all these people are. Like, they're talking to me, and like, you know, they're asking me how I don't know who they are. Like, I was so off about it. But now, like, I would not have made it through everything that I've been through in these past few years if I did not have these people. 110%.
Yeah.
Because
I
that's
think
what
we've
they
both
do.
grown a lot.
Like, this group is insane, and I just want you guys to know that, and I want you guys to share it, okay? Because I want you guys to be the light for other people.
And this
Because
is, go ahead.
you don't know what that one time talking to somebody, how that's going to change their life. Like, you really don't. Like, if Kylie 4 years ago would not have asked me to join, like, I don't know where I would be right now,
And
honestly.
then I quit.
And then she left me, and then I annoyed her enough that she finally came back. So
True.
there's that. And that's another one of my points that I just want to pop in super quick because of that. Just because somebody says no does not mean they're never going to join.
Yeah, and I'm going to touch on that in a little bit too, guys.
Because you can ask Kylie. I asked her about 5 billion times before she decided to come
Y'all
back.
don't know, me and Britt are like best friends. And so when I quit Scentsy, we still stayed in contact. And so she was always like, why don't you just come back? Why don't you just come back? It's free. Just come back. And I'm like, girl, leave me alone or we're not going to be friends anymore. And here we are.
So I mean, you have to remember that, you guys. Like, don't take it hard if somebody tells you no.
Mm-mm.
Okay? Like, it's not the end of the world, I promise. But the next thing that I want to talk about is events. And that's something we have coming up. We have SFR coming up. Going to events, number one, will help your business because you're getting trainings. Going to events, number two, will show people the community that we have. Okay? And a lot of people want that community. Some people join this business just because they need people. Just because they need friends, just because they need people to be there for them. So you need to share that, you guys. Share events. SFR is coming up. Even though it is not in person this year, you can still share all about it. Something that I'm going to post on the team page later, part of Anchored Scents Group is trying to book out one of the resorts in Myrtle Beach so that we can still have that community. And be around each other, and I'll post about that. That's definitely something any of you guys can join on with us. It is open to anybody in Anchored Scents Group. Me and Austin are hoping to go, and we're going to hopefully split a hotel room. That's what most of us are doing because they have 2 and 3 bedroom suites, so we can split it up, and it's not super expensive.
Yeah. I wish we could go.
So that's something that I'm going to post about later. But share events, you guys, because it will help your business, number one, and people love that community. And go to team events, okay? Like, if me or Kylie host something, I know I haven't hosted anything lately, and I feel really bad about it, but between our 2 houses at the moment, it has been a hot mess trying to figure out where we are in the first place. But go to stuff like that, because learning these people that you're working with is it's just helpful. Like, and you get to make super cool connections with people that you never would have met before Scentsy. This is my, like, probably number 2 point after being yourself. People are not a number. Okay? Not a single person that joined on this team is a number. Okay? A lot of other groups, a lot of other consultants do not appreciate people that are on their team. They just want them to join so that they can make money. I'm not like that. And I know Kylie's not either.
I'm babysitting, guys.
I want you guys to know that people are not a number. He's so cute, though.
It's Montana's little boy. Montana's on our team, guys.
But people need to know that. If they think that they're just a number and you just want them to join so that you can make money, they're not going to join. They're not. Nobody is going to join just because they think you want to make money off them. That is.
And they know when you want that.
Yeah, like, people have that feeling. Like, I have had people ask me about other direct sales adventures, as they call them, and wanting me to sell for them or sell for different products, but they, like, message me out of the blue, like a cold message, like, hey, I think you would be good at this. Do you want to join?
I had a random lady like a week ago. Hey, I'm starting this new business in North Carolina, and I see that you're really active on social media. I know we don't know each other, but blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, sorry, no, I'm very, very busy with my 2 businesses. Thank you, though. Bye.
Don't do that, you guys, because people will know that they're just a number to you if you do that. 100%.
hungry,
And
man.
nobody just wants to be a number.
I'll
So
hold the
you
money,
have
make it
to
food.
build like connections with people.
Mhm.
Okay, so like get to know them. Know these people. Don't just be like, hey, do you want to join? And leave it at that. That's not going to get anywhere. You might have one out of every 200 that will join because of that, just because they wanted something to do. But that's not how this business is going to work. You have to build connections with people. And number one, you have to know what this business can do for them. Okay, it's not about you. Somebody else joining has nothing to do with you. Nothing. And that's point blank. And it might sound kind of harsh, but it's the truth. The business has to do with them. If they need this business for something, it could be as simple as they want $50 a month to be able to take their kids to eat. It could be, they want to pay off a credit card. Like, it can be super simple things, or it can be they want to stay at home with their kids. They're tired of working a 9-to-5 job and missing out on their kids' lives. They're tired of working and not having any money to do anything extra, to not have a vacation. Like, you never know. But that's what you need to figure out. If you learn what they need from this business, then they will want to join you. Okay? But it's what they need. It's not what you need out of it. It's not, I need one more recruit so that I can hit star. That's not it. It's they need this business because it could help their life, because it could bless them. Okay? So remember that when you're sponsoring, that it's not about you. It's about the person you're sponsoring and what they need and what blessings this business could bring them. 110%. Because I can tell you personally that this business has changed my life. I can tell you that. And I know Kylie's the same way. Like,
Absolutely.
this business is insane, but that's what you have to show them, is that it could be a blessing to them. Okay? Not you. That's not what it's about. So make sure to have those connections with people. Make sure to know why they want to do this business, or why this business could help them, what they need from it. Some people just need the friendship and the community, and they'll just want to be a hobbyist, and they might just want to put in one $200 order every 4 months just to be a part of the community. But others might want, like me, to be able to quit working my full-time job.
Same.
Okay? I'm a full-time RN. I'm working nights right now. Let me just tell you, it's insane. Especially with all this mess going on in the world at the moment. It's crazy. And that's what I want to do. I want to be able to have babies and stay home. I don't want to feel like I have to work my whole life and miss out on my kids' lives. That's not what I want. So you have to figure out what they want and what this business can do for them. Okay? 110%. Not you. Them. Okay? And that's the last thing on my point. I'm going to let Kylie go ahead with hers, and we'll go from there.
I'll warn you guys, I haven't done a training with me. I can get real and real fast. So I'm going to speak the truth, and I'm probably going to be a little hard about it to some of you. But I feel like it's something that we all need to hear and be reminded of. So off of what Bertia said, with the numbers, people aren't a number, right? And so people, they're going to know it's the end of the month, or it's the beginning of the month, or they see when you're close to a promotion, things like that. So you need to continue to be recruiting. And if you've watched the trainings that I know both Bertie and I say all the time, Guide to Growth, Anchored, anything that Chloe has done, the 2-2-2 plan, right? $2K a month, 2 recruits in 2 years, right? You want to do that for 2 years straight, because that will lead you to director or even higher. But the thing about that is, you don't want to recruit when it's just an incentive. You don't want to recruit when oh, you just dropped 5 people and now you're below 20 team members, or when you just want more money. Like, yeah, we all are in this for the money, but since he has given me more than money, since he has given me friends, since he has given me confidence, since he has given me a passion, since he has helped me realize I don't want to work full time forever, since he is paying for my new car, things like that. And you need to figure out, one, what Cincy is doing for you. And if you don't know that, you need to start there. And 2, if you're trying to recruit, like Brittany has said too, why should they join? sure, the products are great, sure, they can make money, but what if there's somebody who already stays home because their husband makes enough money? Or somebody who enjoys working because so they don't want to quit their job. So what could they get out of it? Is it free trips? Is it just extra income? What is it? Is it friends? Is it a community? Is it that confidence? You need to figure that out or you will never sponsor. That's just the end of it. You will never sponsor if you don't have that. The other thing you need to do is look at the climbing, or not that, but the 3 legs to success. So I'm going to actually share my screen real quick. Oh, can you enable it?
Mm.
Do you know how? I don't know how. It just says that you have to do it.
It has it for me to do it. How can I make it so you can?
Host disabled attendee screen sharing.
Mm.
I don't know. I was going to just pop up my 3 legs of success, but y'all should know what that is.
If not, we'll share it later.
Okay. So when you look at that, I'm sure many of you know, but the 3 legs are sales, sponsor, and coaching, right? Sales, number 1, even when you're sponsoring, your business comes first. You're not running their business. And I know we're talking about how to sponsor, but that's important because once you do sponsor, it is not your job to run their business at all. I'm going to tell you now, if you're joining under me, or if you're having somebody join under you and you're under me as your director, then they're already going to get a welcome email from me that has a ton of information, and they're going to get a second email from me that talks about who our group is, where they can go to find information, a bunch of videos on top of what you're going to train them, on top of the videos on YouTube, on top of the team pages. So there's no reason that you need to be taking over their business, and that's important to realize, okay? You need to have a system too. If you don't have a list of 100 or a dream team list, you need to, or you will never remember who you talked to, or what you think can bless them, or who you think would be a good hostess, or who you think would be a good team member, because your best customers are your best team members. I'm going to put that out there. And that's scary because you're like, oh, well, this person spends $500 with me a month. How am I going to get that 500 PRV back? Parties. It is better to get paid off of somebody every month than once a month, because when they're spending that money with you, you can't guarantee you're going to get that money again next year. But what if they join and they have all these customers on top of their 500 PRV a month? Guess what? That's going to be bringing in more money for you. You're going to promote to lead, then they're going to get people under them, and you're going to be recruiting more people under you. That's how you get to where we are today. Now, I'm in a funny place because our team promoted with everybody is just my front line.
Which is very crazy.
Which is really crazy. Nobody is above certified, which is totally fine. We're a young team, a young team. We have 25 now. But we had my first downline, or front line got her first downline this month. And that's a crazy thing that we promoted to director like that. So that's a crazy story, and it's a good story, but it's terrifying for me because I'm leading a new team as a new director, if that makes sense. So you need to make sure you have systems in place, because if I didn't have my systems in place for sponsoring or for training you guys, I would be completely losing my mind. I wouldn't remember who I talked to. I wouldn't remember how many times I asked that person. I write down every time I talk to someone. Talk to so-and-so on this day. Talk to so-and-so on this day. And I started taking the chance. I didn't used to ask people to join unless I really thought they would say yes. But Brittany and Lori up here are 2 examples of people I asked just out of the wind because they wanted to spend money with me. And I was like, why are you going to spend money? Just get paid for it.
And Brittany has turned out bomb.
Brittany's a rock star. Brittany is who I'm talking about, got her first downline this month.
Let me show you guys really quick. Something as simple as this, like as simple as a chart, is fine for keeping up with stuff.
Absolutely.
Like I have bukus of charts, you guys, because I'm a writer. Some people keep Excel sheets on their computer, on their phone, whatever. That's 100% fine. You have to figure out what works for you. I am a write down kind of person. I have a happy planner that all of this stuff goes in to keep up with it.
I have mine too.
Because if not, I would not keep up with it because it would not be attached to my head. But I have to keep my calendar with me because I have to try to keep my life together. And something as simple as this works, you guys, because you can make it what works for you. So you can put their name, you can put what you talk to them about, when you talk to them, and keep up with it. You can put whether you talk to them on Facebook, whether you talk to them through text, email, whatever they prefer. So something super simple like that will help you keep up with stuff so that you're not overwhelmed.
I feel like too, you guys need to hear, if you make it about the person, your numbers will come. So when we promoted to director, I had zero intention of promoting to director. I had every intention of promoting to superstar. I was like, my team is ready. We're going to superstar. We got it this month. Literally like 2 days after I promoted to superstar, Brittany had texted me. She's like, girl, you're going to director. I was like, no way. I am not ready for director. She's like, it's happening. And like a week later, we were at director, and I was ecstatic. And then like an hour later, I was freaking out. Because I was like, we're not ready for director. We just hit superstar. Like, what is happening? But it's because consistency is key. And everybody has their niche. I say it to my team all the time. You have your niche. My niche is I can make a personal relationship with somebody. Now, those of you that know me, I don't really do well with, this is really out of my element. And I would normally have a glass of wine with me because it makes me more confident. But I'm good at finding that personal relationship along the lines of, how can this bless so-and-so? Now, for example, Lori, she wanted to buy Scentsy. She was like, I just can't justify spending X amount of dollars on blah, 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 blah. So it's like, okay, well, join and then get paid for it. And then, and she's like, okay. So something that I used to do, I would make assumptions all the time. I was like, they're not going to join. They don't need the money. They travel all the time. Why do they want to join? They just don't want to do it. And I would literally base it on like, I don't think they have the confidence. I don't think they have the drive. And pretty much everybody on my team is like me. We're pretty much introverts, and we aren't great with groups. And I think that's why that they're coming to me, is because I can relate. Is I'm like, hey, I get it, but you got to push yourself. You can do the hard things. I tell my team that all the time, because you see me do these things, and my team will text me and be like, oh my gosh, that was great. How did you do it? You were so confident. You were X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, I was terrified. I was stuttering. The videos you see Jeff in, not this one, but the other ones, is literally because I make him be in it, because it makes me more comfortable. And not because he needs to be in it.
If you guys want to practice live videos, like if you're not a live video person, if you're not, if that's not your thing, you can practice on our team page, you guys.
Yep.
Like, we're there for each other, and that's what that group is for. That our team pages are not for me and Kylie. That's not what our team pages are for. Mm-hmm. Our team pages are for you guys. If you need to go up there and practice showing a product, if you need to go up there and just talk about bring back my bars, just to kind of get over that fear, you can. You can do that. That's what the page is for. All of us, okay, me and Kylie have a lot of things that are very similar. Mm-hmm. I was not a live video kind of person, you guys, okay? I would post a picture in a heartbeat. I was not a live video person. That was not my thing. I was like, oh my God, like, you're going to see my roll, like, you're going to see my arms. Like, I was not for it. Not at all. But the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. And I know Kylie was the exact same way. Like, it took a lot to kind of get out of our comfort zones. But once we did, that's when we noticed our business is growing. And it sounds super cheesy, but it really does work when you get out of your comfort zone.
It does. And the things too, what we share with you, like Brittany said, the team pages aren't for us. Everything we're posting, either we're doing it or we know it works. We're doing it for you. And so you need to think too, is these team pages are for you. Be sharing. However, you can change things. The constant thing I get a lot of from the team is, well, how exactly do you do that? Well, what script do you use? Well, what do you put in this? Well, I want to do it just like you. I don't do it just like Chloe. I don't do it just like Chastity. I don't do it just like Brittany. On my team page, I can post it on the other one, but on my team page, I just created a new file for the customer follow-up. I've been using Chloe's because I absolutely loved it. It changed my business. However, there was a few things on it that I was like, I wish I had this. I wish I didn't have this. So I created my own. It's based off of her method, but made for me. And you are not going to have a team until you learn those things for you. Like, what do you need? What is your vision? And I assume all of you are on this call because you want to sponsor, because there's a lot of people that are like, oh, I'm scared to sponsor. I don't want to. It's terrifying. I've sponsored X amount of people in this entire 2 years. Next year's 2 years of consistently being with Scentsy. And every time I get a somebody under me, I'm like, woohoo, I did it. And I'm pumped. And I call Jeff and I'm jumping up and down. 5 minutes later, I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do? But it's because you have to have your system, right? I had 8 people join last month, and that's a ton. And I was overwhelmed, beyond overwhelmed, that I finally was like, all right, guys, we're going to make a Zoom because I'm not having 8 different phone calls. We're going to just do it all on Zoom. And that had a lot of good feedback, but you need to be able to evolve. Your sponsoring will always evolve. Your sponsoring will always change with the time. Your sponsoring will change with every single person that you talk to. You need to plant the seeds. And Brittany mentioned this before, but you're going to keep getting no's. Did you know that the average amount of times you have to ask someone before they say yes is 7? The average amount of times it takes you to ask someone before they join is 7 times. And sometimes it still takes longer. Sometimes they say yes the first jump. You never know. But it takes 7 times on average. So got 1 no, woohoo, 6 more times. Got another no, 6 more or 5 more times. You guys can do this. You just have to do it. We can't do it for you. You can do it. You just have to do it. You can't have a sponsoring conversation once a month and expect it to happen. That's not how it works. And that's something I get all the time is, oh, well, I've talked to people, but I'm not sponsoring. How many times have you talked to them? How many people have you talked to? How often? Do you have a relationship with them? Do you talk to them on a regular basis? Do you follow them on Facebook and Instagram? Do you know what's going on in their life? Or did you just say, hey, thanks for your order. Do you want to join? Or, hey, girl, we haven't talked in 10 years. You want to join? Like, I think you'd be great. I'm not saying y'all do that, but that's just prime examples. And that's something we really need to steer away from. Something I do a lot is if somebody's placing a large order. Now, you'll hear other directors, every director is different on this. You'll hear other directors say, join, host, buy. I'm actually the opposite. I don't ask people to join unless they've already bought from me and I know they like the product, or are going to buy from me, or have bought it at some point, because I don't want them selling something if they don't have a passion for it. If they don't know anything about the product, they can't really do much, right? So if they're interested in joining, have them host and then flip it. Guys, these kids are killing me back here. But you need to build that. So I do buy, host, join, or buy, join. Sometimes I just skip the host and go straight to the join. They say no, I'm like, okay, well, at least you want free products. And I don't say, hey, do you want to join my team? I don't say that. I don't say that. I say, do you want to join the family? Would you be interested in getting paid off of your orders? Or you're spending X amount with me every month. What if that X amount was equivalent to this much in a paycheck? Or what if you could get this for half off? You know, things like that. I never say join my team. It is not my team. It is our team. We're a family. We are in this together. And they're not a dollar sign to me. Am I excited because it might help my business? Yeah. But I could care less if it brings me a pay raise, because eventually that pay raise is going to come with the lives being blessed. So I want you guys to realize that the more personal it is, the better. And like what Brittany said, I just want to reiterate, this is something I need to do better, and I've been getting better. I use my stories like crazy. But something I don't do a lot is talk on a live video about my story. Now I'll share things about the team, and I'll share things like join, and I'll share things like that, but I haven't gone on in a while and said, here's my Scentsy story. I don't have any with me, but I'll post pictures. I do have join packets that if somebody is interested, I don't send it to everybody, but if somebody is interested in joining, I will send them a join packet. And my join packet includes a written up version of my story. So I have a written up version of my story. It includes some questions about joining that people always have. It has the shooting star and sensational start in it. It has information about flipping a kit. It has information about the $99 kit. Yeah, and Britta's and mine are going to be different. It has information in there just about a bunch of different things that they can see. And I have that join your journey. the kits, things like that. And I'll post a picture either tonight or tomorrow. But you guys need to think about these things. They don't cost a lot. I print it out at home. But it's important that they see your story. And I don't send it to everybody. I send it to people that are like, I'm interested, but I don't know. The people that are like, yeah, I want to join, I send them a join packet. And that's a totally different story. But Britt, if you wanted to show them what you put in yours, I don't have mine.
I change mine each month. So it kind of depends on what I'm doing this month. So this is my basic. This goes in every single month. I've actually sent out the ones that I had made for this month already. So I'm having to make up some more tomorrow when I'm off work. But this is the 3 things that go in every single one of my packets, whether it's a join packet or a kind of on the fence packet, okay? This goes in both of them. I have this little thing, which I've now made new ones that have QR codes on the side of them. If you guys have not seen how to use the QR codes, literally, you Google QR code generator, super easy. You type in whatever website you want it to go to, it pops up a little QR code, and you can like copy and paste it. Simple, I promise. Because I was terrified, and I watched a video on YouTube, and let me tell you, YouTube has everything, so you can figure it out on YouTube, because that's what I did.
There's also posts on the team page for my team, and I can post it on yours, Britt, of the QR code generator that I use.
Okay. And there's a lots of them. Some of them you pay for, but I always get the free ones. Like
And
free
there's some
ones.
that put viruses on your computer, so be careful.
So be careful, you guys. But I always put this up there just because these are like the 10 reasons why most people join, trips, making money, all that kind of stuff. Then I always have this thing in there. If we have a special kit of the month, I print out a separate one that also has the special kit, but this just shows the full kit, everything that's in the full kit, and the host kit and everything that's in the host kit. And the host kit, if you ever have somebody host a party and they really seem to enjoy it, I ask them if they want to join.
If you
Because-
don't ask them, you're leaving money on the table.
And somebody else is going to ask them. Okay? Like, there are people, if you don't ask them, another consultant is, and they're going to join. So ask people, seriously. But make sure that they know what that host kit is. And then this is something that I can post. I've changed it a few times, and I might change it again just because it still kind of seems like a lot to me. But these are the most asked questions when people join.
Yep. I have a new version. I can post it.
So it's super easy. It's literally the most asked questions. How we get paid. What's in the kit. What you have to do to stay active. Do you have to have stock? Like all of those simple things that when you joined you wanted to know. Okay, it's very easy. Those 3 things go in every single one of my new Timmy packets or on the fence packets or anything. Okay. In my join packets, when somebody has joined, I also have a printout of the Shooting Star and Sensational Star. Let me grab it real quick.
While Brittany is grabbing that, you guys too, the team pages are posting it left and right. If you do not have Scentsy shirts, sweatshirts, hats, tumblers, whatever it is that you wear a lot of, please look at the 2 at Mud Pie and at Wickless. What is it? Katie's, the one that Chloe does. Expertise, because they have Scentsy. You can only get Scentsy apparel from Scentsy merchandisers, and you need to have that stuff.
If you have a Cricut, you can make your own.
Yes, or if you have a
But you
Cricut.
can't sell them to other people.
Mhm.
You will get in big trouble.
Yep, but you can make your own. I have a few I've been stocking up, but please, and there's an SFR t-shirt going around right now. The cheapest shirt I've ever seen them have.
$13.
Yeah, it's like $14 or $15 plus shipping. Guys, our team names are on that. If you're on my team, Scented Snitches, hello, Harry Potter. That's my first shirt. Our team is having their first shirt with their name on it. And if you don't have it, then I don't know what y'all are doing with your life, but I'm getting like 5.
So
And I'm going to buy one for Jeff and make him wear it, even though it's pink.
It's okay. I got a few for Austin too. And you can make your other halves wear them.
Yeah, you can. Absolutely.
Because mine wears them. No
Oh,
matter
yeah.
what color they are. Like he's wore this one before.
Jeff doesn't care. He's just like, hey, look, it's our team name.
But this is the other thing that I put in mine if they join, and I write down when they join, their 15th day and their 70th day, because those are the days that they need to hit their goals. Okay, and I can post this stuff up there. I got this on Vistaprint. Vistaprint can be expensive. I only order on Vistaprint if I have a coupon.
Same.
Okay, so
They have 50% off right now.
What?
Yeah, I've been making some stickers.
sign up for Vistaprint emails.
Yeah, you'll get all the discounts. The more you use them too, the better discounts you get.
So like I only order when I get discounts, and then I just order however many I need, like to last me a little while.
Yeah.
This is the other thing that I wanted to show you guys, just because Kylie was talking about telling people how much they make, how much they would make. I have this right here that I love. And I put it, anybody that hosts, I give them this. Okay, even if they say I don't think I want to join, I put this in with their orders with their thank you. And it says, what if this little business could change your life? I write their total number of orders for their party, what their first paycheck would be, and then just say, if you have any questions, message me. Okay, so that's super easy, but it just shows them what they would have actually made. Okay.
I don't know how well y'all can see this because I can't screen share, so I brought it up on my laptop. But if y'all don't have like a join of any kind, then you're missing out on the opportunity. I don't even say, do you want to join to half my customers, but guess what shows up in their orders or in their mail that I send them? Front and center is a join my journey. It might be the hero. It might be the join my journey. Whatever it is, you can make your own. On my team, I have posted these. You can do that, okay?
You can print these at home, guys.
Yeah, Avery, I get a lot of questions. How do I do what I do? I do 99% of my labels on Avery. My really fancy labels are Vistaprint. I get them on sale, but Avery, it's free. Buy the labels, in bulk on Amazon.
Mhm.
It's like 3,000 of them for $20 for the little address labels. And I use them like crazy. I printed Bring Back My Bar labels. I printed Bring Back My Bar handouts. I print out for my team this month, when they get their mail, they're going to have like a special made little congratulations on getting your May thing, or congratulations on this. And my VIP team has their own. And I don't spend money on these things. I have an HP printer on the HP Instant Ink subscription, and I get my cardstock real cheap off Amazon. It's like 500 pages for like $13, and it lasts you forever because I go on to. Go ahead.
If you guys don't have a printer, that number one is a tax write-off.
It is.
So that's helpful.
I got my
But
Black Friday.
Yes, like you can get them on Black Friday sales. You can even get them on like, when people are just getting rid of them on like the sale pages. But getting a printer is so helpful, because so much of this stuff that I just print at home that costs me like nothing to print at home, I would have had to pay a lot to print, like on Vistaprint.
You're hurting me.
Because like these, I literally print 4 to a page and cut them out. It's not that bad, but you have to ask everyone. And like Kylie said, you don't have to like straight up go to them and be like, hey, do you want to join? It can be as easy as putting it in their order, or telling them how much they would have made. If I have somebody that spends over $200 every like 2 or 3 months, I message them like when they're sending me one of their orders. If they've ordered from me a few times, I'm just like, hey, if you wanted to do this yourself and just put in your own order, you would have made this much in the past 3 months. Just to kind of give them an idea, because money speaks to people. Like, really, because most people want money. I think that we all have to have money for something. So, if they realize, crap, I'm spending $500 every 3 months on Scentsy, and I could have made $150 off of it, like, why not? So you just have to kind of talk to people.
You do. And it's super uncomfortable. I get it. But once you get, like I said earlier, your niche, it's a cakewalk. And you, like the other day, I sent somebody a thing about joining or hosting or something, and after I sent it, I was like, oh my gosh, that was so dumb sounding. I should not have worded it like that, or I should have waited for them to respond. And then you're always going to have that, and it's okay, because we don't succeed at everything. And I always say the more failures you have, the closer to success you are, because look at all the big businesses. How many times have they failed? And that's fine. Failing is fine. No's are fine. Not having somebody join is completely fine. I have people that spend $200 a month with me, and they could care less about joining.
Yep.
And I'm like, why do you not want to join? Like, you don't. I have people on the team that I'm like, don't even sell to anybody else, but you'll keep yourself a consultant. You'll get paid off of your order. At least just do that, because I don't want to get paid off your order. And eventually, like, they might be a consultant for a year, and the next thing you know, they're like, I really see you succeeding. Like, I'm already a consultant. Teach me how. You never know. And these people that are like that, I leave them be. Check in with them. Hey, you good? Okay, cool. See you later. You know, things like that. And you have to be personable. You have to be confident. They don't expect you to know all the answers. So don't think you do. I have all the time people that just join or people that are trying to do this, and like, I got to know all the answers. I'm doing all the research. I'm doing and it's a rat race. They're just running themselves in circles. You don't need to know all the answers. I'm telling you.
And
We don't
we
know
are
all
all terrified when we get a new consultant. Okay? It's not, when you get your first consultant, it's going to be nerve-wracking because it's your first person. We are all terrified when we get a new consultant, you guys, because you have to learn what works for that person. Not everybody is a on the phone call kind of person to learn things. You have to learn what works for each new person. We're all scared when we get new people. When I got my first consultant, I did not even ask her to join. I had no idea what the hell I was doing personally, much less what I could teach somebody else. And she messaged me and said, hey, I want to do this. And I was like, oh God, because I had no idea what I was doing. And I was so lost. And she joined and she did amazing. And I was like, I don't know what I did, but it worked. And you have to kind of learn that. And what's helpful to you guys is that you have both of our team pages that have so much information on them.
And once you become a lead consultant, you get added to Anchored in Leaders, and that's Chloe's page that she manages for all the leaders. So you have leaders to superstar directors on this page that you're going to get information from. And so that's another reason to strive for that.
And that is how we learn, you guys, because we learn from each other. But then I also want you guys to always remember that this business is your business.
100%.
And it's not going to run exactly the same as anyone else's. You're not going to run your business the exact same way I run mine. You're not going to sponsor the exact same way I sponsor. You're not going to run your business the exact same way Chloe does. You're not going to run your business the same way Chastity does, or Katie, or Rachel, or any of us, because it's you. So learn how to do it for you. Okay? Don't drive yourself crazy trying to do exactly what any of us do, because it's not going to work. It's not.
All of our people are different. My people are different from Britta's people. Lori's people are different from my people. We have different people. And for every one person you know, that's 10 more people they know that you can have in your circle. So when you have Facebook parties, add every single person that's in that party to your friend list.
Yes.
Make sure that you're in bingos. When I do bingo, first thing I talk about is my excitement about my business. This is what my business is done. It's so much fun. I love it. I never say, do you want to join? I say, I love it. If you're interested, send me a message or I'll send you a join packet. But I can tell you now, like, this business is a blessing. And I've had people join from that. And maybe they don't join, but then guess what? I go into hosting right after that. Okay, if you don't want to join, like, that's totally fine. I don't expect any of you to. However, you can have your own bingo. And then guess what happens when they have a bingo? Hey, babe, what happens when they have a bingo and they have a $500 party? Guess what I offer them? You killed it, girl. How about we get you a join kit for free? They had one opportunity. I gave them another. Do they shut it down? Maybe they shut that down. Okay, well, here's all your rewards. And guess what? 3 months come down. I'm going to ask them again. Hey, girl, have you, because they probably have ordered from me within those 3 months.
Yeah.
Have you thought about any more? Like between X month and X month, you could have earned blah, 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 blah. Or I'm just like, how are you doing? And just building that relationship more and more and more. If you're not having a consistent follow-up system with your customers, and you may think this is a sales pitch, it's not. Sales go hand in hand with your sponsoring. If you are not having new customers every month, if you are not partying every month, if you are not hitting 500 PRV or more every month, if you are not having consistent customer follow-up and consistent customers coming back, then you have no business sponsoring right now.
Yep.
You need to have 500 PRV minimum a month. You need to have consistent customer follow-ups, because that's what you're going to have based your dream team off of, is your customers. Because if they're not your customer, they don't trust you yet, right? Customer service, making sure. I have repeat customers literally monthly, and guess what they get every month? They get the same join flyer from me every month. And maybe they've gotten it for 6 months, and I still haven't had that join conversation with them. Why? Because I can tell they don't want it. But they see it every month. When they get my VIP mail, they see it. The join opportunity with the QR code to the Y video, with the QR code to my join page. And guess what I'm going to do? In a couple months or in a couple weeks when I talk to them again, I'm going to say, hey, you've been ordering from me pretty consistently. Do you want to make money off your orders? Because you're spending too much money with me for me to feel comfortable making X amount from you, right? And that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to tell them, like, quite honestly, my PRV has always been kind of high, but I've never had a month that's less than 600 PRV, and that was a very slow, like, I cried that month because I was like, my PRV is only 600, and I was freaking out, but I still had leadership numbers, right? So even if I was a director and had all my director numbers and had 600 PRV, guess what? I'm still getting paid as a director.
You have to get 500 PRV to get any leadership bonuses. It does not matter whether you are a lead consultant, star, superstar director, it does not matter. If you do not have 500 personal
Hey, Shep, come
PRV,
sit with me.
then you will not get paid anything else. Okay, nothing. So if you're wanting to build your team, start building your team. But if you're not consistently getting that 500 every month, you're going to be leaving money on the table every month. And none of us want that. Okay? That's like 2 good parties a month at least will give you the 500. So that needs to be your number one goal. My goal, and I'm sure it's probably Kylie's too, is to have over our 500 in within the first week of the month. Because for me personally, the first week of the month, I work my business super hard to try to get all of my stuff set up. Because the rest of the month, I want to be able to help you guys more. So, focus on that 500. Because if you don't have that 500, you're going to be leaving money on the table when you start building a team. And you don't want that. Because you don't want to just lose out on money.
No. Do any of you guys have questions before we get off of here? You can put them in the chat and we'll answer them quickly. I have a few files that I'll upload within the next couple of days of our team pages so that you guys have them. But don't feel like you have to use them if you don't like them. Change them. Create something like it. There's plenty of pages up there that talk about what apps to use or how to edit or how to do X, Y, and Z. Do that. Remember your chain of command, okay? Because I hate to say it, this sounds super ugly, but we are tired of getting messages where you guys can find the answer right on the team page, okay? It's right there. I get not you guys, but I have people from other teams messaging me about it. I'm like, yes. I just made the post. You can see it right there. Not because I don't want to help them, but we're trying to breed leaders and not leeches. And so we want you guys to do the same. When you start having your team grow, you're going to understand what we mean. I have 25 people. 23 of them are my own sponsors. There's not enough time in the day for me to help all of them as much as I want to. And so you need to be able to time manage once you start growing. How can I do this? Or keeping track of, okay, I had talked to 5 people today. A goal for me, something that I have tried to implement is 10 people a week. I don't do a day because my days are constantly crazy and some days I have more time than others. But 10 people a week. I want at least 10 sponsoring conversations a week. And that does not include my hostesses for the month. I try to do 6 to 8 parties. That's okay. 6 to 8 possible recruits depending on that party. But guess what? Another message I get a lot, oh, this party sucks this month. I can't do this party, blah, 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 blah. It's okay. We all have duds. I had a party borrow bag that was supposed to go out 2 weeks ago. She never messaged me back. I've seen her in person. She's like, yeah, I'll do it. Still never messaged me back. It's still sitting there. I'm unpacking it and sending it off with someone else. I had another one that was supposed to start yesterday. She still hasn't texted me back. I had someone who wanted to join that I set up an online Facebook party for. That didn't even go well. So my 3 parties for this month, I have 4 more. They were already duds. My first 3 parties. So don't be discouraged. But my thing, you know what? Those 3 didn't work out. I have 4 more. I have 4 more. That is 4 more possible recruits. Let's do it. And that's the mindset you have to start getting in when it comes to sponsoring, because people are hard and we're all different and we're never the same. But just remember, keep it personal, keep it real. We're here for you, but there's plenty of trainings out there. So watch Chloe's training, watch Brittany's trainings, watch this training again. We recorded it, so I'm sure we'll post it. But just make sure that you're keeping it real, because if you're not keeping it real, they know.
And I think like the last thing that I want to add up here is when you guys start building a team, start off how you can stay. Do not do 500 billion things for your first recruit that you're not going to be able to continue when you have 20, 50, 75, 100, 200, 1,000. Like, you don't want to do that. You want to be able to continue what you're doing, okay? Right now, our team has 81 people on it. If I did 500 billion things for the first person that joined, I would not be able to do them for 81 people. So that's why something as simple as what me and Kylie are doing, I have also made a join email that goes out to people, because that is something that I can do whether I have 1 person join or 500 people join this month. That's something I can do because it's an email. So I just want you guys to start in that mindset early, because I don't want you to start building your team and then get overwhelmed because you feel like you have to do everything, okay? I want you guys to feel secure when you start building your team. I want you guys to know that you can come to us with questions about building a team. If you don't know how to do something, come to us. Now, I'm not saying 100% we're going to know how to help you, but we're going to try, okay?
And we won't hold your hand either.
No,
I'll tell you that.
You have to learn how to do this. So, like, when I hit director, I did not have a lot of training on being a director, and that's for multiple different reasons, but I kind of had to learn how to be a director to my own team. I had to figure out what works for me, and that's going to be every single one of you, because none of us are the same. And we want you to be independent and run your own business, because we are independent consultants. So we want y'all to have all of the tips and have everything you need and know how to find stuff to run your own business. I think that's pretty much.
I think that's pretty much it for me too.
You good? So do you guys have any questions? Just a minute. If nobody has any questions, we'll get off and we'll, I don't know how long it takes for this thing to like actually download onto my computer.
I think for me, when I did it was like 15, 20 minutes.
So it'll be either tonight, if not, it'll be tomorrow morning, just depending on how long it takes for it to like download onto my computer. And I'll post this up on the page so that you guys can also rewatch it. If you guys have any questions about this video, please let us know. We'll be happy to help you guys.
Absolutely.
And know that me and Kylie share pretty much, like, if you're on my team page and you're not on Kylie's team page, we share pretty much everything with each other. So you're still getting all the same content, all the same things from both of us. We're super open about sharing all of our stuff on our team pages. So you're going to be getting like all the same things. I don't want you guys to feel like y'all are missing out on anything.
Same with Macy's team page too.
I mean, like we share everything. We get a lot of our stuff also from Chloe and the other SSDs. So we try to share as much information with you guys as possible that
Yep.
we get because we want you guys to succeed.
I'll share my paycheck post on your page, Britt, that I did. I just feel like that's something that after tonight's training would be good to share. So
So it's
All right,
everybody good. I guess no questions.
thanks for joining us. This was our first time.
I know this was mine and Kylie's first Zoom together, you guys. So
Ooh.
it was a
Buy
little-
your team shirt.
Remember, team shirts are available now. They have both of our team names on them. It's Kylie's first shirt with her team name on
My
it.
first shirt. It's a whole thing. It's a whole deal.
It's okay. The first one that had my name on it, I think I bought like 4 of them. So
I'm totally buying a tank top, a t-shirt, another tank top.
super exciting. You guys can get those. There's also still Wickless Scented Angels shirts available.
Okay.
It's on the announcements. And again, you guys that are on Kylie's team, you're still a part of our team too, okay? Like, we're not throwing you out or nothing, okay? Like, y'all are still a part of our team. So you can still rep like Wickless Scented Angels
Yeah.
because they're still a part of us. Like,
Absolutely.
we're
The way
all
it goes is here's Britia, right? And her team is here.
Mhm.
And we used to be in this circle, but when I became director, we got our own branch, right? And so now here's me over here as a director, but we're still connected to Britia. And then you guys under me are all over here. So we're not a part of her team, we're a part of the group. So keep that in mind. You're still Wickless Scented Angels, you're still Wickless Oars, you're still under Anchored Scents,
Yep.
but your team that you're attached to is the Scented Snitches team. So I know that can get a little confusing, but we're all in the same family.
might draw a diagram.
We need one.
All right. So we're going to pop off of here, you guys. I don't see any questions. So I hope all of you guys have a good night. Hopefully this will go ahead and download or do its thing so that I can go ahead and post it up there. But I hope all of y'all guys have a great night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.